Keller, then it goes Alex Erickson, then Madden Thorson. Send Almaris to the left side. Back to pass. The shotgun set. Leave it down underneath for what would be a wide receiver screen. Trying to make people miss. Getting up the right sideline and picking up some yardage, but not enough after being backed off. Madden Thorson. Good gain on third down. Sets him up for a decision now on fourth down.
Yeah, it was Mitzel that was, able to get enough of him to kind of take him off balance and get him along the sideline and get him out of bounds. So exactly 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Hillsborough Central Valley 7, Harvey Wells County 6, 4th and 7 for the Hornets. They're lining up in punt formation with Gallagher going back to receive for the Boroughs.
Garen Opdahl will be the one to punt for Harvey Wells County. Here's he stands back at his 23. Gallagher back at the 28. Here's a punt angled left side away from Gallagher. Will bounce at the 34 and inside down to the 29-yard line. And that is where Hillsborough Central Valley will take over their second drive of the game after the defensive stand that started with the big Bachnes defensive play to start the drive.
Yeah, and we'll see how the two teams respond. But that last series there, it was, quick 3 and out. Hillsborough Central Valley's guys up front really won that series. And we'll see who wins this series up front. I think that's the biggest key here, as it is most games, I guess. But these two teams both know they have the skilled players. Who's going to win in the trenches here and set the tone?
From the 29-yard line, Riley Olson will be under center. I formation behind him. He'll turn, give second man through, that being Gavin Mitzel. And Mitzel falls forward across the 30 up to the 32. Gain of 3 on Mitzel's first carry of the game.
Nick DeCinco up front really got down low and plugged things up. And then Jaden Vlamink, he was also in there. He's a big 275-pound sophomore. He's really anchoring the interior of that defensive line at 275. It's a big load. He's up against Martinez and Fondrick, the center.
Mitzel behind Hebel, behind Olson in the I formation under center. Tight end to the left side, receivers each way. Run the option left. Olson tucks it inside, looks to get upfield, gets to the 35 and across to the 36-yard line. 4-yard gain, brings up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, just kind of picking and choosing, taking what he had there and seeing what opens up, and settled down, protected the ball. Chance to move the chains here with the 3rd and short, 2:45 to play in the opening quarter. Paulsrud's come back in with the play call from the sideline.
Checks in for Dryberg at that tight end spot. He'll be on the left side of the offensive formation. Mitzel and Hebel in the I formation behind Riley Olson. 2:34 to go as he takes a snap, hands back. Mitzel tries to jump cut, gets caught in midair, tries to catch the feet and get back to the right side. He's up to the 40, should have enough for the first down. He does move the chains for Hillsborough Central Valley.
Yeah, he got to the chains and tried that kind of leap over as the guys, again, were forming the pile and the collision there, and Mitzel had enough. Watching Gallagher, who had lined up at the receiver to this near side, one-on-one out here. We'll see what the Boroughs maybe find here with Gallagher being defended one-on-one. Limke here on the near side now.
4 linemen, 4 linebackers lined up about 4 yards behind that defensive line. Cross-action play going to the weak side. Mitzel bursts free here as he gets ahead here and down across midfield up to the 33-yard line is where they mark him.
Yeah, to the 33, and Mitzel had a big opening. He lost the football for a little bit. That kind of broke up his stride. Then he was able to get back on and secure the ball and held on to it. But again, Jake, I think that was that same gap that Hebel had the 59-yard run earlier.
Yeah, it looked like a little cross-action. Fullback goes one way, Mitzel goes back the other way. It was right this time, and right in direction, right in where to go. First down and 10. Run at the option. They'll give it to Hebel. He breaks through 1, 2, 3 tackles as he powers his way forward down inside the 25-yard line. Hebel with a big gain of 9 yards down to the 24.
Actually, Jake, they're going to give him 11 yards, and they're going to move the chains for another first down. They're going to mark it all the way to the 22. That extra effort being spun around. I thought maybe, like you, the forward progress there is where he was, but hey, Hebel kept running, churning those legs. He's been running tough here tonight. Hebel, the fullback, he is carrying some load. He's well over 75 yards here already in this first quarter.
And the Boroughs will come out now, 1st and 10 after their 4th first down of the game. Hebel will be the fullback. Mitzel the deep back in the I formation. Olsen under center and a false start here as a flag comes out.
Illegal shift. At least the
first penalty of the game as the flags come out, and illegal shift on the Boroughs.
Now he says, false start. So
okay.
I was waiting to hear what it was and whatever. Had given the illegal shift sign, then said the false start, then gave the indication of the false start. And first penalty, as you called out, 1:15 to go, first quarter, brings up 1st and 15.
Will be Paulsrud, tight end on the left side of the offensive line for Hillsborough Central Valley. Parker Gallagher, right side. Gannon Limke, left side as the wide receivers. Mitzel and Hebel. Olsen under center. Runs the option. Hands off. Hebel gets through the first level. Looks to get outside as he splits those defensive tackles right behind the center Fandrich and picks up 4 yards here. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, Mertz and Sieg were there on the tackle. You mentioned Fondrick doing the communicating up front with his guards, and Fondrick, he just stepped around to the inside tackle, but the linebackers filled it for the Hornets.
Could be the final play of the first quarter as the clock ticks under 30. Cross action, fake the fullback dive left, give it right side to Mitzel. This time the defense is there. Carson Mertz fills the hole for Harvey Wells County. And it'll be a gain here, bring up now a 3rd down and 8 from the 20.
Yeah, and the clock's going to run out here at the end of the first quarter.
So after 1 quarter in the books, Hillsborough Central Valley leads Harvey Wells County 7-6. Your Tim Cassette seat sales scoreboard.
Cool and comfortable in your home this summer with the Lasco 20-inch box fan from your local Hardware Hank Valley General Store in Halstead. Adaptable and portable, this box fan can be used anywhere you need a cool blast of air. It also features a patented weather shield motor for worry-free window use, plus a wide body design for greater stability. Pick up one at your local Hardware Hank Valley General Store in Halstead today and stay cool on these hot days.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
Right Implement in Hillsborough, 701-636-5692. For shop and field service, farm equipment sales, repair on all equipment, in the field, on the farm, and in the shop with Right Implement in Hillsborough, 701-636-5692. Check out Right Implement for farm equipment, repair and service of equipment and all trucks on Caledonia Avenue in Hillsborough. Right Implement, 701-636-5692.
Back here before the start of the second quarter as we flip sides of the field. Hillsborough Central Valley with the football. They'll have it 3rd and 8 from the 20-yard line. On their second drive of the game, started back on the Hornet 29-yard line, and a couple chunk runs. Not the big 59-yarder they had on their first drive, but 27-yarder from Mitzel. Hebel with another 11-yard carry. A couple big plays there to move the ball down the field and set him up right on the edge of the red zone, looking for that second score of the game.
Yeah, we'll see if they maybe don't try with the option to get someone to the edge, to the outside. Mitzel will be the tailback here. Twin receivers to the near side.
Parker Gallagher wide out. It'll be Limke in the slot to the left side of the formation. They put the tight end on the right side, the top of your screen, I formation behind Olsen under center. He'll play action, looks to roll out as he goes to the end zone looking for Limke, and it is caught! What a catch that time by Limke into the end zone. One-handed, tips it back to himself, and grabs it for the Boroughs score.
Well, and Jake, I want to back up because I was thinking it, but in the broadcast business, it's called don't step on your partner. But I want to tell you, Limke was on the inside, so he had the shorter corner on him in Thorson. Meanwhile, Alex Erickson, who goes 6'3", he was on the outside, Parker Gallagher. So a great adjustment by the Boroughs on the offensive side, and Riley Olsen threw it to the guy, and Limke making the great catch, tipping it, as you said, kept his feet in right inside the cone. Wow, what an execution.
And let's not discount the placement of that pass either. Gallagher on for the extra point kick. Olsen holds, snap down, rush comes. He gets the kick off. It is good. And the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs lead 14-6. The score on your Tim Cassette seat sales scoreboard.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
Parker Gallagher with the kickoff for Hillsborough Central Valley. This one will bounce at the 14, be picked up on the run by Alex Erickson. He looks to get to the right side. He's running horizontal. Now he cuts back to the left side, and too many blue jerseys to evade another time as he does get across to the 20 to the 21-yard line for Harvey Wells County to begin drive number 3.
Derek Bachnes is there. Also there is Landon Olson. Dryberg was down early. Good special teams coverage. Another good deep kick by Gallagher. You talked about, don't miscount that throw by Riley Olson. You're exactly right. And also, Olson did a great job of holding that ball on the block for Gallagher's extra point kick to lead 14-6.
I believe that's Olson's first career touchdown pass, too, unless he threw one as a freshman. Here's the run to the left side by Mertz. He looks to get outside on the sweep play. Flagg comes in behind the play, back at the line of scrimmage. As it stands right now, up to the 31-yard line
It's coming back. Holding.
Yep, holding called on the Hornets.
Yeah, there was a hold here. Boroughs have been really putting a lot of pressure up front. They really, Hillsborough Central Valley, I know it's early in the game, 11:36 to go in the first half. The Hornets, though, got off to just a great start after winning the toss, taking the opening kickoff, marching downfield, and doing the good things that they do. And then Hillsborough Central Valley answered, and then the Boroughs defense really answered. And I think, Jake, right now, that's the key in this one. The Boroughs defense has really flipped the approach of this, just the physicality and getting after things, and they really have stepped it up.
We were told before game, too, that Hornets losing one of their starting guards to an injury last week in the victory over Oaks, having to move guys into that starting lineup. Backed up on the 10-yard line, be 1st and 20. Freeze, rolling out pass, looking to go from the left side. Roll in the right-handed quarterback, looks out, now he tucks it down, and Bachnes chases him down, runs right in, that time to his teammate Paulsrud, who kept contained, allowed Bachnes to come up, and Bachnes takes them both out. It'll be a short gain for Freeze on the play.
Oh, I told you earlier that Bachnes is revved up, and he has been. Hattlestead will come out. Willison comes in. He'll play defensive end because in the middle you have Jake Swanson. Bachnes is starting to settle in a little bit each week, and I'll tell you what, they've got a lot of defensive linemen that they're able to rotate. You talked about Matt Jack Paulsrud putting on a big hit over there. Leshik was in the vicinity as well.
From the shotgun set with Mertz, the running back to the right side of Freeze. 2 receivers left and right. Run Thorson from the right to the left side, trying to set up a screen, and nearly overthrows Mertz, trying to get over the top of the defense. And coming up closing is Parker Gallagher. Gets him down at the 20 after just a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, Parker Gallagher, great open field tackle. And also, I'll tell you what, improvement from week 1 to now this being week 3. Barrett Willison, he was coming on that all-out pressure, stopped about midway on that pressure because he recognized screen, started to recover. He was in pursuit, but Gallagher, one-on-one here in the open field with a fantastic open field tackle. It's 3rd and 10.
Week 1, Central Cass picking up a couple big gains with that screen play. Be a 3rd and 10 for Harvey Wells County. 2 receivers each side of the formation. They move the tight end, Keaton Keller, in tight on the top of the side. Freeze under a lot of pressure. He's run out to the right side. He's got to throw across his body or tuck it. He pump fakes the defender, gets him up in the air, scrambles forward, gets across the 30 for the first down up ahead to the 32-yard line. Little pump fake to fake him out, picking up 12 and a first down.
Yeah, pump fake there. It got Cole Hebel to leave his feet and fly around, and then the veteran quarterback, Freeze, said, Duke, you there? I'm going to go by you, scampering, tight-roping down the sideline and get a first down.
10 minutes to go.
Hebel had a free shot on the quarterback. He would love to have that play back from his inside linebacker spot.
10 minutes to go as they break the huddle in this first half. Harvey Wells County trailing 14-6 to Hillsborough Central Valley. 3 receivers left side, top of the formation. Here as Freeze in the shotgun sends Mertz in motion out to the right side. As will be a quarterback draw, gets by the defense that time, coming up, rush from Jake Swanson, and stepping up in front of him. Freeze will rush forward for a gain of 3.
It was a Hebel there, and the head on, and then from behind, Willison trying to hammer that ball out. You can see his big right arm just come walloping down to try to knock that ball out. Freeze did a great job of hanging on to it.
First drive for Harvey Wells County went 66 yards, took over 6 minutes off the clock. Second one, they had to punt with less than a minute taken off the clock right now.
Long time in the huddle here.
Yeah, we'll see here as the back judge, as he will start counting down. Got to get the snap off quick as Freeze sends a man in motion, does get the shotgun snap, being pressured from the backside, looks to get away, and he gets free of an ankle tackle, but then brought forward, and they'll take a 2-yard gain on that one as Cole Hebel brings him down, but nearly brought down for a loss there on a potential sack.
Well, there was darn near everybody from the Vets Club in Hillsborough and the Beehive here in Reynolds that were in pursuit there. That was a real traffic jam, and Freeze somehow magically froze everybody and got through there to pick up some positive yards. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he runs it well there as the senior quarterback for the Hornets. Third down, 3rd and 3. Hornets have picked up a couple third down conversions early on. They go 2 backs behind Freeze in the I formation, but timeout called. Number 2 called by Harvey Wells County in this first half. 8:28 to go, first half. Hillsborough Central Valley leads 14-6 over Harvey Wells County and your Tim Gazette seat sales scoreboard.
The telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, Broadband Voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
A 3rd and 3 for Harvey Wells County out of the timeout. Isaac Freeze in the shotgun set. 2 receivers left, plus a running back to his left side. Tight end and receiver to the right side. Blitz comes, pass, looking, coming out. Mitchell's on his toes. He gets away from him, passes, caught by Thorson for the first down. Just shy of midfield, up to the 48 is where they mark it, and an 8-yard gain. And the passing game working, 7 of 8 passing here for Freeze in this first half.
Yeah, Freeze, gunslinger there, man. He had a lot of velocity on that, and you could hear that ball just pop into the gloves of his receiver, Madden Thorson, who caught that in front of both Leshik and also Gallagher. Good coverage on the scramble. Freeze, first down, Hornets.
I formation, Freeze under center. Runs the pitch play to the left side, give it to Mertz. Mertz looking to get around the edge. Lushik keeps him inside, and then Cotton makes him turn back inside, coming up from the secondary. Lushik grabs him, drags him down, 4-yard gain.
Yeah, it was good teamwork out there by Leshik, Paulsrud, and then the teamwork there. Hebel's out there as well, and turning him inside, but the Hornets are putting together a nice drive here. Keep in mind now they've converted a couple of third downs into first downs.
This drive over 4 minutes old. And as you said, a couple of first downs here. They have 7 in the game so far. Tight formation as they send receivers to the top on the short side of the field, one to the bottom. Play action, looking to roll right, sending Thorson deep. Freeze will throw intermediate underneath. Caught that time. The ball comes out. The ball comes out, but I think Keller was down. Official will say he is. And we'll move it there across midfield and down to the, really going to mark them here with the ball popping out, they say, at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, it was Limke was right there. Boy, that ball was threaded into that hole in the needle, so to speak, and great catch in traffic and then turning it upfield for a few extra yards.
Keller 4 catches, 54 yards in this first half.
You can see why people talk about the quarterback-receiver combinations here for the Hornets.
Yeah, Freeze, 8 of 9 passing, 84 yards so far as well. He's back under center with the I formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. He'll turn, give to the second man through, Mertz, and Carson Mertz will rumble forward and get down here to the 22-yard line.
To the 22, and a big pile up of tacklers there. You've got Willison at the nose guard, and Walsh is at an end spot.
Bachnes on the other end.
You have
Dryberg,
and Dryberg.
Ebel, Paulsrud, Lushik, the linebacker spot. Also Mitzel.
Secondary is Limke at the safety. Corners are Cotton and Gallagher.
I formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They fake right, then give it back left. There's they look like Freeze tried to show like he was going to pitch it out to the right side. They hand it off to the fullback inside, Almaris, and he picks up nothing.
He's just right at the 20-yard line, so about a yard and a half. Nose of the ball inside the 20, so it's third and a short one. Walsh comes out. Hattlestead goes back in. Paulsrud covered up to ensure that he did not have enough for a first down. 5:25 to go. Got a couple of raindrops out here right now. Blue skies just have come around Randy Vegan Field.
Don't need any more of that. Got about 2 inches yesterday. Third and short for the Hornets. Tried to sneak on this earlier, and Willison knifed into the backfield but lost the footing. Otherwise, he was almost on Freeze before he handed that off. Ends up getting it to Carson Mertz, who goes forward, then right side of the formation. First down, Hornets.
Yeah, Cannon Fall, the center. He knows he's got his hands full with Barrett Willison right across from him. Might have slipped a little bit and might have, for the Hornets, that Willison went jab right foot first. The play went just away from that. Hebel was also coming on a blitz.
4:50 to go in this second quarter. Erickson out the left side along with Keller and Thorson with the 3 receivers out to the left. Shotgun set, 1 receiver to the right side. Mertz, the running back, to the right side. They run the pitch play on a high snap. Mertz able to get it. Goes to the right side, pushed out of bounds. And at the, before 9. Or after the 10? After the 10, at the 9. So 5-yard gain.
Yeah, pitch able to get Mertz to the edge. It's physical up front here in this first half.
That time the snap coming high to Freeze too, and did a good job to stay under control and get it to his running back. There on that quick pitch out to the right side. Second down. Hornets, again, 3 receivers left side, the wide side of the field at the top of the screen. 1 to the right side. Thorson will be the receiver on the right side by himself. Freeze. Snap back comes. He's looking to dance around in the backfield. It's a designed run. He goes back to the right side looking for the corner and cannot get outside, but he cuts the distance in half down to about the 4.5, 5-yard line.
Dryberg pounding him out of bounds at the 5, just short of the first down stick, about a yard for a first down, 5 for a touchdown.
Another 3rd and short. This drive now over 7 minutes old and has covered, not quite 80 yards, about 74 yards here as they look to get the final 5 yards here into the end zone. try and have a chance to tie things up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Freeze under center. High formation behind him. Then Freeze will keep it himself on the quarterback keeper. He'll pick up the first down, be 2 yards short of the end zone. 3 yards on the keeper for the chains to get moving. First and goal.
I'm going to try to get right down here to the goal line with the microphone and watch it as, actually, Jake, they are right at the 1. Nose of the ball right at the 1.
So first and goal with 4 minutes to go in quarter number 2. Again, this drive started back at their own 21-yard line, right near the beginning of the quarter. A long time for the offense and defense of each team to be out on the field. Freeze, one back behind him, it's Mertz. He looks to bounce to the right side. He's caught from behind. Bachnes crashing in from the opposite side. He teams up with Paulsrud to bring him down. Also Dryberg in there on the stop as well.
Yeah, just short of the goal line. Got about a foot or so. So there's the distance. 12 inches or so.
Seeing here the
3:20 to go in the first half.
Up on the goal line, the Boroughs still staying with their 3-down defensive linemen. Hattlestead, Bachnes, Willison. Willison, the nose tackle in that 3 D-line set. They roll up, though the linebackers there with Hebel on the right side. Quarterback keeper Freeze. He runs right into Hebel, and he is across for the end zone. Keep the feet moving. A little push from Mertz behind him. And the 1-yard touchdown run for Isaac Freeze. And a chance for the Hornets to tie things up with a potential 2-point conversion.
Only needed the ball to, cross the play and break the play, and that's what he got. And that's an impressive drive by the Hornets to answer because, as we had said at the start of that, the Borough defense had flipped the game and had really, had their way that drive before on the defensive side, and the Boroughs offense went down, and now the Hornets have answered. This is living up to exactly what we thought it would be coming in with these two teams.
8-minute, 52-second drive. Took 79 yards.
That's impressive. 8 minutes and 80 yards.
And now going for 2 from the shotgun set. Freeze rolls out to the right side. Looking, being pressured by Willison. Now by Halstead. Throws to the end zone and knocked away by Gallagher.
Great coverage in the back of the end zone by Gallagher, one-on-one with Erickson. Freeze had nowhere to go, being chased, pressure. Boroughs still have a 2-point lead.
14-12 the score on your Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard on yourliveevent.com.
Summer is a time for enjoying the outdoors and having fun in the warm weather. American Crystal Sugar reminds you of some tips to keep you safe during the summertime. When working or playing in the hot weather, be sure to stay hydrated. Take extra breaks and drink lots of water. Use sunscreen and apply frequently. Wear light, loose-fitting clothing. Wear sunglasses to protect your eyes. And if possible, wear a wide-brim hat to bring more shade cover. Never leave children or pets alone in vehicles. Summer safety reminders from American Crystal Sugar Company.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Touchdown from Harvey Wells County. Draw within 2 as they kick it off to Hillsborough Central Valley. Will be bounce past the Lushik. Goes back, receives it, and now looks to bust to the outside, right side. Tries to get away, but can't as Gabe Almares grabs him around the ankle, pulls him down to the turf, and Hillsborough Central Valley starts their 3rd drive of the game.
Yeah, that thing bounced away from Leshik, as you said, and tried to get something out of it, but good special teams coverage by Harvey Wells County.
Ball will be marked just past the 15-yard line.
2:52 to go in this first half. Hillsborough Central Valley with a 2-point lead at 14-12. YourLiveEvent.com. Thanks for watching here tonight.
Parker Gallagher, wide receiver to the right side. Gannon Limke, left side. Limke had the nice touchdown catch on the last time the Boroughs were on offense. Inside give, fullback Hebel dives forward. As he crosses the 20 and picks up 7 on the play.
Yeah, just over the 21-yard line as Paulsrud will come out, and going in is Dryberg. Up front for Harvey Wells County, you have Nick DeSinkle and Keaton Keller as the defensive ends, Jaden Vlamink and Cannon Fall, your defensive tackles. Mertz, Almers, Freeze, your linebackers.
Olsen under center. Have Limke and Erickson basically one-on-one on the outside. No real safety play over the top as they give inside running back and running off of tackles, bouncing free, kind of pinballing around, and a first down for Jace Lushik.
Yeah, Leshik, extra little cutback and got a few extra yards on a good individual effort. And Riley Olsen, the quarterback, indicating now to teammates, okay, we got 2 minutes to go as we're going to break this huddle. Got a first down. We got to hustle up a little bit and manage this game clock, play clock here.
Don't have to hustle, just have to play with good pace. They'll take the snap. They'll be a keeper here. Olsen looking to break it outside. Getting a great block from Gallagher. Flag comes out, though, as Olsen tips down to the sideline to the 30, 35, down to the 25, and it's going to be brought back, though. Holding call being called as a flag back at the 44-yard line.
Oh, my. 1:38 to go. And, yeah, Gallagher had a great block here. And, well, the flag is here.
Not going to be some happy thoughts about that play, as we'll turn the microphone down a little bit, make sure that they stay to themselves.
I'm moving down the sideline the other way.
And
that's all right.
They should mark it back to the 34.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And we'll bring up a still first down, and should be a 1st and 4.
Gallagher had a great block, and as they were exchanging, to loosen up as Olsen had turned the corner, something got tangled up there, I guess.
Clock rolls. Olsen in the shotgun set. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to pass. Trying to set up that middle screen to the tight end. They do get to Dryberg. He will get enough for the first down. Clock will stop as the chains reset. Boroughs still with 3 timeouts in this first half.
That was a good effort by Dryberg to lunge out and reach out with the ball. Nick DeSinkle working hard on the defensive front for the Hornets. We're going to see Cooper coming in for the one of the few first times tonight. Aaron Cooper giving Dryberg a break.
The receiver out wide to the left side of the formation by himself. Limke out wide right. Gallagher slot right. Olsen under center. Hebel the lone back in behind him. They give to Cole Hebel. He sees nothing up front. Tries to bounce to the right side, and he's blocked up there too. Can't get free. And
Boroughs are going to take a
we'll
timeout.
take the first timeout. 60 seconds left in this first half. Hillsborough Central Valley 2nd down and 8 when we return on yourliveevent.com.
You may know that Big Tex Trailers already offers you industry-leading features like mega ramps, HD suspension, and the all-new hydraulic dovetail. Every time you hook on, know that your Big Tex is up for the job. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough to find out what owning a Big Tex can do for you. Shop the full line of Big Tex products from ATV trailers to goosenecks to dump trailers and more. Visit your Big Tex dealer, Bloomfield Enterprises, Hillsborough. Contact him at 701-430-0877.
At the City of Hillsborough, we're here to power the moments of summer. Whether you're spending the afternoon at the pool, taking in extra innings at the ball game, or lighting up the backyard barbecue, the City of Hillsborough works behind the scenes to power all of summer's special moments. We hope you enjoy them all as we continue to provide safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. The City of Hillsborough, we power on.
Second down and 8 for Hillsborough Central Valley. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Riley Olsen in the shotgun set. Tight end left side of the formation, 1 back in the backfield with him. That's Lushik. They run the option. He looks to keep himself. Here's the flag comes in. Hand got a little high that time, and DeSenko going to get whistled for the inadvertent face mask here to move the ball forward 5 yards.
Jameson Crosbachen ends up making the tackle, but as you said, the face mask, that'll stop the clock as well. 55 seconds to go in the first half.
Second penalty.
They're going to call personal foul, 15-yarder.
They give him the full 15 on that, so that's going to be 2 penalties for 25 yards now for Harvey Wells County. Picks up a first down. Clock will moves it across midfield here to the 44-yard line. 2 receivers right, Gallagher in the slot right, Limke wide right, Cooper wide left by himself at the bottom of the screen. Olsen back to pass, looking. He's going to go down the left side, looking here down the middle of the field. Not sure if it was Cooper or Limke, but hit as he threw and ended up in no man's land.
He got hit hard. He got hit hard from the back blind side. He never saw that coming, and I'm sure the lineman and the quarterback will be talking about, hey, yeah, sorry there. I'm not going to leave you get hit like that again.
Here on the 44-yard line, 44 seconds left. 2 timeouts left for Hillsborough Central Valley. 2nd and 10. Quick wide receiver screen out to Gallagher, right side. Catches in the slot. Tries to bust out to the right side. Can't get free, tackled inbounds. Clock will continue to roll here after the gain of 7, but then timeout called by Hillsborough Central Valley. They burn their 2nd timeout. 34 seconds left. Will be 3rd and 3 when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the agronomy centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Third and 3 for Hillsborough Central Valley. Before the end of the first half, 34 seconds left. Riley Olsen in the shotgun set. Looks to run on a design. Quarterback power, picks up the first down, and ball pops out. Was he down?
He looked down. But
they're going to say a fumble and a turnover.
Looked like he was lunging out with the ball, but it's loose, and it's recovered by the Hornets. 29 seconds to go in the first half.
Turnover by Hillsborough Central Valley, their 2nd of the year. Had one last week against Kindred that they lost on a fumble. Here, and with 29 seconds left, the drive will end and begin now for Harvey Wells County. They do have 1 timeout, 29 seconds.
This is an intense first half. It truly is beginning to become even greater intensity.
Isaac Fries under center. He will run the pitch play to the right side, give it up to this time out of the backfield. Madden Thorson lined up as the deep back. He'll carry forward to the 35-yard line, picking up 4.
Barrett Willison on the tackle for Hillsborough Central Valley. We'll see if they run another play or not, and there's going to be a timeout to give them a chance to run another play. Timeout here taken by the Hornets.
Final timeout taken with 10 seconds left. We're back for the remainder of the first half when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Well, there during the timeout, officials came over, said, change the clock, put 15 seconds left on the clock. So 15 seconds left here before the end of the first half. Harvey Wells County used their final timeout. And Boroughs do have 1 left should they decide they want to use it. 1, 2 receivers left side.
Keller, the big tight end, they're moving him out wide to this near side.
In on the slot, too, they have Thorson in on that right side of the formation, bottom of your screen. Freeze in the shotgun set, running back to his left side, takes a snap back, looking to pass left, now looking right, being rushed by Hattlestead. Hattlestead gets in front of him, pass is incomplete. Intended receiver that time was the tight end Keller. 8.5 seconds left on the clock here on third. Or do we have a flag on the far side of the field?
There is flag way over on the far side. You could see that they were looking for Keller the entire way.
We'll see what the flag is for as officials get together.
Ineligible
man
receiver
downfield.
Yeah.
Yep. So that will move them back a little bit. And
declined.
They're going to decline it there, and Hornets are right up on the line of scrimmage. It looks like they're going to maybe try and spike it real quick. Or no, now they're going to get lined up. There is the Boroughs 4, about 20 yards off the line of scrimmage there with the cover 4 shell. No timeouts, 8.5 seconds left, and they will run it with Freeze to the right side, trying to set up a play, and he's tackled from behind by Hattlestead. 2 seconds left, did not get across to the first. No, they did. They did give him the first down.
Yeah, that was Bachnes who traced him down.
So they do have maybe a chance if they can spike it extremely quickly. They cannot, and that will end the first half of play. Hillsborough Central Valley leading 14-12. Your Tim Cassette Seed Cell scoreboard as we get set to go down to the field. Jim Berkmeyer standing by with our halftime coach's comments. Scott Olson for Hillsborough Central Valley.
Well, head coach Scott Olson, first half, a lot of intensity and some plays here or there, whatever. What your observations?
We're not making plays just to stop them, kind of like the Castleton game. But we're moving the ball on offense, but we're not making the decisive play on third down or when they're in second and long to get that stop.
Any other changes you make other than wrapping up and just a little bit better tackling at times?
Yeah, internal. It's internal. We got to get guys in the right spot and make plays.
Thank you. Good luck second half. Head coach Scott Olson for the Boroughs of Hillsborough Central Valley joining us here on our halftime report. Halftime show from Farmers Union Insurance Hillsborough, the Ryan Opdahl agency. At the half, it's Hillsborough Central Valley with the lead over Harvey Wells County, 14-12.
Work has begun to replace Line 3 near your community, and keeping everyone safe is our top priority. Please be extra careful when driving near construction activity. Be aware of trucks and heavy equipment, and please don't enter the work areas because we all want everyone home safe. For more information, visit enbridge.com/line3us.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source from sunup to sundown. They're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance. Protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsborough.
Full Service Foods in Hillsborough provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsborough and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsborough, proud to support this community event.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halstead Living Center, or find more information at halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Back on your halftime report from Farmers Union Insurance, Auto Home Farm Business. Visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsborough. First half summary, it was time of possession heavily in favor of Harvey Wells County. A couple long touchdown drives, including the first drive of the game that went 66 yards, took over 6 minutes off the clock, ended with a Carson Mertz, a 2-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion pass failed, and Harvey Wells County led Hillsborough Central Valley 6-0. Boroughs come right back after they get backed up a little bit. It's a 59-yard run by Cole Hebel, and then a Lushik 1-yard touchdown run as Chase Lushik picks up touchdown number 4 on the season for him. Point after attempt was good by Gallagher. Boroughs led 7-6. Here 4:35 left in the first quarter. Just past the start of the second quarter, 11:51 to go. It was the Boroughs striking again. This time a Gannon Limke 20-yard catch from Riley Olson, a beautifully placed ball on the front left part of the goal line there to catch it, and a fantastic catch was made. Limke there for the 20-yard touchdown pass. Point after again by Gallagher. Good. Boroughs led 14-6. And then another long touchdown drive for Harvey Wells County. This one going 8 minutes, 52 seconds, covering 79 yards as they eat up the vast majority of the second quarter on that drive. And it will be Isaac Freeze with a 1-yard touchdown run. Pass to tie it up was no good, and Hillsborough Central Valley would hold on to the lead at 14-12. Boroughs try a drive before the end of the first half. They end up turning it over on a fumble with 29 seconds left as they were driving down the field. Harvey Wells County, a couple plays to try and do something, unable to do so. And that would be our halftime mark at 14-12, our halftime score. Hillsborough Central Valley leads over Harvey Wells County. Your Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. We're back with more halftime report when you return on yourliveevent.com.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Hillsborough and Central Valley Schools welcome all students and staff back to begin another successful and safe school year. Parents, don't forget that you can help your students get back into the swing of things by helping them get an established, good sleeping schedule for a full night's rest and an attentive day at school. Everyone should remember school bus safety and follow signs and posting around buses, bus stops, and the school. Welcome to another year at Hillsborough and Central Valley Schools. Cruise on over to Hillsborough Body Shop, where they work on anything automotive. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. The guys combine for over 25 years of experience with professional, top quality, and timely automotive service. It's Ben and Tyrell at the Hillsborough Body Shop. Call 701-636-4981. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. If it moves and needs work, bring it over to the Hillsborough Body Shop. Call Ben Alba and Tyrell Lee, 701-636-4981. The Hillsborough Body Shop.
You can beat the heat this summer with a delightfully cool and refreshing treat any day of the week from the Hillsborough Cafe. Grab a scoop of homemade vanilla bean ice cream sandwiches, and iced coffees too. Of course, there's a hot and hearty breakfast, lunch, or dinner to keep you going. Dine-in service is available from the Hillsborough Cafe, or you can call ahead for your orders to go. Call 701-636-2073 for the Hillsborough Cafe. Keep up with the daily specials on the Hillsborough Cafe Facebook page.
Your halftime report from Farmers Union Insurance. Hillsborough Central Valley leads over Harvey Wells County. 14-12 our score. Let's look at our first half stats, starting with the Harvey Wells County Hornets. Here was Gabe Almerus with 2 carries for 2 yards. Carson Mertz has 10 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. Isaac Fries with 11 carries, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Alex Erickson, 1 carry for -5 yards. Madden Thorson, 1 carry for 4 yards. 70 yards on the ground for Harvey Wells County. Through the air, Isaac Fries is 8 of 10 passing for 84 yards. 3 catches, 24 yards for Madden Thorson. 4 catches, 54 yards for Caden Keller. And 1 catch, 6 yards for Carson Mertz. 70 on the ground, 84 in the air, 154 total offense first half for Harvey Wells County. No turnovers, had 10 first downs, 3 penalties, 30 yards, time of possession, 16 minutes, 31 seconds in that first half. For Hillsborough Central Valley, rushing, Jace Lushik with 3 carries, 14 yards and a touchdown. Cole Hebel, 5 carries, 83 yards. Riley Olson with 5 carries for 30 yards. Gavin Mitzel with 4 carries for 37 yards. 164 yards on rushing in the first half. Passing through the air. Here it is, add that there, put that there. There we go. Had to add in one more stat there. That becomes that. That becomes that. Through the air, Riley Olson is 4 of 5 passing for 52 yards and a touchdown. He had 1 catch for 7 yards to Parker Gallagher. 1 catch for 5 yards to Peter Dryberg. And 1 catch for 20 yards to Gannon Limke for a touchdown. Correct that. It was 3 of 4 passing, 32 yards in that first half. 3 of 4 for 32 passing in that first half, and the touchdown for Riley Olson. So 32 through the air, 164 on the ground, 196 offense in the first half, 1 turnover, 7 first downs, 2 penalties for 25 yards, time of possession 7 minutes 39 seconds in the first half for Hillsborough Central Valley. As we continue with our Farmers Union Insurance halftime report, we'll be back with some halftime coaches' comments on yourliveevent.com.
Dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsborough Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsborough, Grandin, Purley, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart, east of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsborough Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877.
Keep yourself healthy as we head towards the wind down of summer and into the back-to-school mode. Hillsborough Drug and Gift is your locally owned full-service pharmacy with prescription and over-the-counter medications, cough and cold medications, and more. They do provide in-town delivery, and they offer mail services for their customers, too. Hillsborough Drug and Gift is also your home for giftware, home decor, and seasonal items. There's always something new with a great selection of gifts and cards for all occasions. Hillsborough Drug and Gift, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Your halftime report from Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsborough. Let's go back down to the field for our halftime coaches' comments. Here, Brett Doctor for Harvey Wells County down in the field, Jim Birkmeyer.
Well, Coach Doctor, first half you trail by 2. What'd you like from your guys, and then what are you looking at to maybe change, if anything, in the second half?
Well, I like the offensive drives. I mean, all but one, we were able to move the ball down the field, take the clock and control the clock and make some big plays. I didn't like the defensive side of the ball. We did not do a very good job of stopping the run, one of our biggest keys, and I know they're big, but we had D linemen getting driven 4 yards into the laps of our backers, and that's not acceptable. So we have to fix that and make some adjustments and hopefully get a stop right out of this gate and go back after them. I mean, we know this is going to be a battle, and it's exactly what it turns out to be.
Some of the adjustments sound like they just might be internally and just find the heart.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, our down guys, I mean, I know we're smaller than them, but we shouldn't be getting driven back into our backers. And so we have to fix that. And I think we found a couple guys that are going now. So we'll see. I mean, that's a good team over there, and we got a lot of half to play it.
Right. Appreciate the time. Good luck second half.
Thanks a lot.
Coach Doctor for the Hornets of Harvey Wells County here on the halftime show from Farmers Union Insurance Hillsborough, the Ryan Opdahl Agency. Talk with Ryan for your insurance, farm, home, and all of the personal property and all the other insurance that you're looking for from Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsborough. Halftime score, Hillsborough Central Valley 14, Harvey Wells County 12. We'll come back for the second half kickoff in just a moment with yourliveevent.com.
Lumber has DeWalt tools and Milwaukee power tools. Choose from DeWalt drills, sanders, impact drivers, hammer drills, jigsaws, skill saws, multi-tools, and all DeWalt power tool batteries and accessories. Hillsborough Lumber will work with you on any remodeling project, and they'll assist you with any building plans you're considering. They remind you of laminate flooring and many styles of cabinets available. Call 701-636-4301, Hillsborough Lumber in Hillsborough.
The Hillsborough Vets Club is proud to be a sponsor of this broadcast, and they hope that you enjoy the coverage of the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs. The Hillsborough Vets Club welcomes all fans to the Vets Club after the games. After the home football games, of course, it's pizza at the Hillsborough Vets Club. And they also want to say thank you for all of your support, including the recent corn feed, as those proceeds will benefit community, youth, and veteran activities through the community. Good luck, Boroughs, from everyone at the Hillsborough Vets Club.
Second half about to kick off from Randy Bevegan Field on yourliveevent.com. Hillsborough Central Valley leading 14-12. Boroughs with their choice to receive to start half number 2. We'll have it here with Harvey Wells County then kicking off, as Opdahl will be the one to tee it up for the Hornets, and we'll be kicking it deep here, kicking from right to left.
Did I hear you say we're back on?
Yep, no, not quite.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Yep.
Just had some questions I was going to answer here on the sideline. So.
Yep, nope, the technical issue still remains. So we'll have as you're watching this, we'll have the recording put up later here tonight, but unfortunately there with the technical issues, the live is not part of it here right now. So Garen Opdahl has it teed up, and the kick is off and well struck here back at the 14-yard line, picked up by Jace Lushik, and he runs right into the defense and down to across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Special teams coverage for the Hornets getting down there quick and bringing down Lushik. It was led by number 7, Daniel Stahl.
Offense for Hillsborough Central Valley. Devin Johnson, Jaime Martinez, Mason Fandrich, Barrett Willison, Aaron Johnson on the offensive line. Jack Paulsrud at the tight end. Jace Lushik, Cole Hebel will be the back and fullback. Limke and Gallagher. That's Gannon, Limke, Parker, Gallagher. Right side, left side of the formation. Riley Olson, the quarterback, runs the option, keeps himself, gets around to the outside, gets a block downfield, and then is drugged down from up around the shoulder pads after he crosses the first down marker, picking up 11 yards on the first play.
Well, you talk about blocks downfield. There were a number of them, and I was watching 76 there coming from that left side, left tackle, Easton Baszler getting downfield, upfield, throwing some blocks, and Riley Olson getting a first down carry.
Olson again will be under center, I formation behind him. Limke right side, Gallagher left side, the wide receivers in the formation. There's the defense looking a little itchy up front. Flag comes out from behind the play as Lushik scampers forward, nearly stays on his feet, stands at 11-yard gain, but an illegal shift called on Hillsborough Central Valley, and that will be a 5-yard penalty to bring it back.
Yeah, Lushik really ran hard there again. He was close to breaking that. I know there's the flag, so the play's coming back, but you look at fundamentally of the blocking up front and Lushik running hard, seeing some green grass in front of him. You have Mason Fondrick at center, Jaime Martinez, the left guard, Barrett Willison, the right guard. Have Aaron Johnson at right tackle, and you have Easton Baszler at left tackle for Hillsborough Central Valley.
Harvey Wells County defensively, 4 defensive linemen, Nick DeSanko, Keaton Keller, the D ends, Cannon Fall, and Jaden Blamnick, the defensive tackles. Olson takes a snap, hands off again to Lushik, runs through, spins off, keeps moving forward, and Hayes says, I'm right back to where I started, picking up 16 and a first down.
Yeah, that's, again, that hard running, and that's You know, the young man talked last week about, hey, you know you're a senior, you know that this is it, and coming out and leading by example. The kid is really, really running hard here this young season here in 2021.
10:41 remains third quarter. I formation for Hillsborough Central Valley. And some confusion coming out of the huddle maybe.
Yeah, Olsen, he might be changing things up here.
Trying to get what they want. Olsen will take the snap. He'll run the option, keeping himself on the right side as he tucks and looks to get to the outside corner. He's around the corner, down to the 35, to the 30, down the sideline. It's a foot race, and he is
out of bounds.
Ran out before. Well, take us through it there. That was in my blind spot. So.
Yeah, no, I'm going to do that. He turned the corner. He had good blocking downfield to Lemke. The receiver was downfield all the way. And Riley Olsen, he knew that, he wasn't going to get all the way to the end zone because of the pursuit. And why take an unnecessary hit from the backside? Just scampered out of bounds safely here right at the 14-yard line.
38-yard run. So we got car alarms going off in the background here.
They sure are.
Yeah. Olsen gives it to Lushik. He jumped, cuts through a hole on the right side, keeps the feet moving, still on his feet down near the goal line. He's shy.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's Lushik. It's down here to this south end zone, and I know you've got some obstacles to try to look through from your vantage point up in the press box. I'm down here on the sideline with yourliveevent.com. Lushik just hammered his way through that opening up front. Credit the boys up front for pushing, and Coach Doctor for Harvey Wells County talked about the first half. He was not happy with his linemen getting pushed off the line of scrimmage. This series, the Boroughs offensive linemen have been pushing. They've been moving, and Leshik has just been pulling people with him. He had 3 guys wrapped around him and took them an extra 3 yards down to the 2. It's first and goal.
Jake Swanson comes in, 2 fullback set, offset to the right side, bringing in the beef, bringing in the power. Olsen under center. Lushik is the deep back. He will get it. He will follow Swanson, and he will right into the end zone. Jace Lushik with his second touchdown run of the game.
Talk about being pushed back. The Hornets were, and the Boroughs really, really got off and got after it. And you called out some names and give all the guys up front a lot of credit, and give Lushik and Olsen some credit, too, for carrying the ball downfield. But it was won that series up front by the guys in blue.
64 yards, 2 minutes, 23 seconds on that drive. Gallagher on to kick the extra point. Olsen will hold. So he is 2 for 2 today. Trying to make it a 3 for 3 as it's down, up, and good. Yes, it is. Extra point is good, and Hillsborough Central Valley extends the lead out now to a 2-score game, 21-12, the score on the Tim Cassette Seat Sales scoreboard.
Every business has its special needs and its own unique set of challenges. That's why we treat your business just like ours, to make sure you are covered right. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and our agents have seen it all, and one slip-up can take a small business years to recover from. That's why it's so important for a small business to work with an insurance company that can save them money but also make sure they are protected. If you own a small business, we would like to work for you. Go to IrieInsurance.com to find a local agent near you.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Kickoff from Hillsborough Central Valley, booted back and picked up by Madden Thorson, and he will run forward and race up ahead. Squirts free to the right side as he's got one man to beat down the right sideline. He cannot quite get free. Tracked down like Justin Bachnis brings him down just ahead of midfield at the 49, but good field position there on the second effort that he squirted free from contain.
That was a big hit. Gavin Mitzel, big collision around the 25 or thereabouts, and thought maybe Thorson was going down, but to his credit, he kept his balance and showed his toughness and got the Hornets really good field position right around midfield.
Hillsborough Central Valley leading 21-12 in our Tim Cassette Seat Sales scoreboard. 9:27 to go in this third quarter. Harvey Wells County runs the pitch outside. Carson Mertz will take it coming up and gets away from Lushik. Cleaned up, though, that time coming up on the backside. Devin Johnson able to be there for the stop just across the 50 to the other 49, a gain of 2.
Well, you talked about Johnson, the 61 Bachnes. He's just throwing his body all around as it's a 61 Bachnes at the right defensive end and Caleb Hattleston at left defensive end. Also Barrett Willison at nose to begin this second half defensively for Hillsborough Central Valley. But Bachnes, we've called his name quite often tonight. He has been flying around the field and he has just been giving up his body.
2nd and 8 for Harvey Wells County. Isaac Freeze under center. I formation, tight sets around him. He play action, rolls out to the right side, comes back in. Hattleston wraps him up and can't bring him down, but Willison's there to clean him up. Hattleston held him up. Willison cleaned him up in the sack for the Boroughs.
Yeah, Caleb Hattleston had a big sack near the end of that game last week at Kindred. Coaches, I talked to them this week about the confidence it would give the young man. Hattleston was in there, and then as Freeze, a tough kid himself, was able to kind of slip through that. Hattleston will get out and get a rest as you're going to see Walsh come in, and then Barrett Willison said, all right, cowboy partner, I'm going to jump on, and we're going to rope here and do a dippity-do and a tie-up here.
3rd and long.
Willison says, hey, partner, we did it in about 14 seconds.
3rd and long, 2 left, 2 right as the wide receiver set, 4 wide. Back to pass, looking, Bresch comes from Walsh, other on the backside, forcing Freeze out to the right side, Thrass across the middle, caught by Thorson, stays on his feet and gets down to the 39-yard line for a first down. And that's just guys staying aware, head up and making a play.
What a throw by Freeze. He had Walsh just breathing down his neck as the hair on the back of the neck of Freeze was starting to stand up, and Walsh could see it, and he was right there on him, and Freeze just so calmly threw that thing downfield, and Thorson made a fantastic catch in traffic. That's kids making plays.
4 catches, 40 yards for Thorson. Freeze now at 100 yards passing on the dot in this one. 7:25 to go, 3rd quarter. Freeze under center. He'll run the pitch play to the right side, give it up to Mertz. Mertz looking to get around the corner. He does squirt free, gets into the 2nd level and down to the 3rd level and down to the 25 to the 22-yard line, gain of 17.
Well, Jake, you've got the view from upstairs there with the camera right beside you. That initially didn't look like it was going to go for that much, but Mertz just kept being patient and kept turning and going, and there he is with that nice gain down to the 24.
Looked like he just kind of kept stretching out, then put the foot in the ground and cut back into the hole there to his left and able to get it for the first down. To the line of scrimmage. Freeze under center. Tight end standing up to the left side of the formation. Receivers each way. I formation behind him. Handoff, fullback give to Almaris, and Gabe Almaris plows forward. Junior picks up 2.
Yeah, Paul Zerd there on the tackle, and also there was Aaron Johnson.
Here behind the offensive line of Harrison Lees, Nick DeSanko, Cannon Fall, Aiden Wiedmeyer, and Jamerson Crossbakken for Harvey Wells County. These guys have done a nice job up front. Not the biggest group of offensive linemen, but getting the job done for the most part here tonight. 2nd and 7, 3 receivers left, 1 right, 1 back behind Freeze, who's under center. Turns, looks, sets up that tunnel screen to the left side, gives it off, and it's caught by Keaton Keller, and he carries it down to the 17, a gain of 4.
Yeah, Keller on the reception in pursuit, the linebackers, and Hebel brought him down. Keller, they were doing the little pop pass earlier in the game. Now they've been moving him around trying to find him and let him be a playmaker. Talented young athlete, just a sophomore. Big kid.
He'll be standing up on the right side of the formation. In line there is that stand-up tight end. Alex Erickson out wide right. Adam Thorson out wide left. Burrows jump defensively, and that will be a first down after they mark off of 5 yards on the defensive encroachment.
Everybody a little antsy up front to make a play. Some substitutions, a couple guys in and out on the defensive side for Hillsborough Central Valley. 5:28 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Swanson comes in and Bachnes comes in, and that'll move Willison out to D-end here now on that defensive front for Hillsborough Central Valley. 1st and 10 from the 11, can get a first down Whistle stops play. We got a
Hebel's
helmet.
helmet, yeah.
Derek Bachnes will then come in from the sideline here as Hebel gets the equipment tended to. There in the sideline trying to snap it up, strap it up. 5:20 to go, third quarter, 21-12. Hillsborough Central Valley leading over Harvey Wells County. Hornets, they'll run the pitch play, right side. They'll give it up to Mertz. Mertz, one man misses there, shovels him through with a little stiff arm, slips by him, gets down into the 6-yard line, a gain of 5.
Yeah, gain of 5, and finally brought down by a host of Borough tacklers. Hebel's right back in. Bachnes will go back out. Dryberg will go out for Hillsborough Central Valley. Rotating personnel in on the defensive side. 2nd down and 5. 5 minutes to play in this third quarter.
You brought up a couple plays ago with Keller, and is this a spot where you look for that little pop pass again? He'll be on the right side of the formation, top of your screen. I formation behind him, behind Freeze under center. 2 receivers to the left side, Thorson in the slot. Give to Mertz, second man through. Comes up wall of blue, short of the goal line, and pushes them back there. Minimal gain there, down to the 5, about a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, just that's it. Look like, again, guys up front, Swanson anchoring there in the middle. And you got Walsh also out there. Walsh has seen a lot of snaps here tonight. He's been playing a lot and has been doing a good job. Playing in the outside linebacker spot where they got him right now.
3rd and 3. Thorson goes wide to the right side. Erickson wide to the left side. Keller tight end on the right side in the stand-up 2-point stance. There's the pop pass right to Keller, and he gets in for the score.
Blitz was coming up the middle. You had called it a couple of plays ago. When would we see it? They brought it here, and it was a perfect time for the Hornets to get it to their big tight end. And the pressure coming up the middle on the blitz, and Keller was able to slip right there, and Hornets get back the touchdown they had given up. It's a 3-point differential on the scoreboard right now.
4:19 remains, third quarter. Harvey Wells County will come out looking to go for 2. They send Erickson wide to the right side. And it will be Almerus, the fullback, wide to the left side. Put Thorson in the backfield with Mertz at the fullback. This I formation set behind Freeze. Turns, pitches out to Thorson, looks to cut back to the left side. He gets hit in second effort. He reaches out. He gets in for the 2-point conversion.
There again, Jake. He was hit at the 2-yard line and not wrapped up and fights through it. Tackling at times. It's a 1-point game now. That's the first conversion point after touchdown the Hornets have converted on here tonight.
21-20, 4:19 to go, third quarter. Boroughs lead the Hornets on your Tim Cassette seat sales scoreboard.
Harvest season specials, 12-row 22-inch Amity topper with steel front and scalpers priced at $20,000. 2013 Alloway folding topper, 12-row 22-inch with steel front. Local trade, call for pricing. Talk with Chuck or Neil on some other deals getting done for other trades to come in. They also have a 2013 Versatile 500 Power Shift and a 2010 Versatile 435. Both local trades, good tractors, good horsepower. Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada, thanks you for your business.
4:19 remains in the third quarter. Harvey Wells County makes it a 1-point game, and the special teams conversions could become a factor here as Hillsborough Central Valley 3 for 3 point after attempts. Harvey Wells County 1 for 3 on 2-point conversion attempts. That's how we got that 1-point difference. Opdahl has it teed up. He boots it. And picked up at the 20-yard line by Chase Lushik. He comes up to the right side and looks to get across the midpoint of the field and go to the right hash. Instead, he's brought down at the 34-yard line.
Almerus with a really nice tackle there, solo tackle on special teams by Gabe Almerus. Lushik saw that hole, and he was trying to get to it, and Almerus closed it down quick and wrapped him up.
Here, Boroughs come out with Parker Gallagher, top of your screen, wide left side. Gann Limke, wide right side. He gets the glove set, gets lined up. I formation behind Riley Olson under center. Hebel the fullback. Mitzel in at tailback. for the start of this drive. Run the option to the right side. Pitch to Mitzel. Looks to get a block from Limke. Down the field, busts forward. Nearly gets the ball popped up, but holds on to it. And he crosses midfield down to around the 40. They mark him out at the 39-yard line.
Riley Olson executing the option. That's how you run an option. You come down, he sold it. You think back, Big Jake, you go back and watch film in week 1. I'd mentioned he was telegraphing. Week 2, now here tonight, he read that thing. He just, that was well executed.
3:50 to go in the third quarter. Olson now giving out a call as he gets the line of scrimmage in the I formation under center. He will turn, give to the second man through, that being Mitzel. Being patient, trying to follow his blocks. Turn back, gets wrapped up here by Desenko and brought down 30-yard line. Very close. Looks like he does have the first down.
Mitzel's running hard. It was almost like he said, all right, I'm going to twist, turn, and you know what? I'm going to hit someone. I mean, there's a little bit of a hole there, but I want to go back to the left because there's going to be contact.
They do give him the first down. Mitzel
He's
came
running
in
hard. Yeah.
just averaging 2 yards per carry, been bottled up, but so far 6 carries, 74 yards in this one.
Yeah, it's his best to-date performance of this season out of the backfield.
And they'll give it to him again. Second man through, right side, comes in. Hole is filled that time by Almaris for Harvey Wells County. Down to the 26-yard line, a 4-yard gain.
And this gives, Leshek a break. You've got Baszler getting a break as well as you have Johnson back in at that right tackle spot. Now Dryberg is going to come in at the end with the play call. 2:52 to go. Clock runs down here. Third quarter, 21-20. Good football tonight. YourLiveEvent.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks to our sponsors. And, hey, thanks for subscribing. We appreciate it. You subscribing here to YourLiveEvent.com.
2nd and 6. Olson under center, I formation. Limke left, wide side of the field. Gallagher right side. Snap comes, but a flag comes out too.
After the snap.
And with a blowing the play dead, likely on the offense here. We'll see what the officials get together and say. And our white hat will say full start on the Boroughs.
Is that the 4th time tonight?
Second time. There was also 2 illegal shifts.
A 5-yarder.
Or no, 1 illegal shift. And then, so second false start here today.
2nd and 11.
5th penalty overall, totaling 30 yards.
From the 31.
2nd and 11 now. Olson under center will give to Mitzel. Spins at the line of scrimmage. Penetration that time by Crossbakken. Crossed up Mitzel and made him try and get free. Picks up 2.
Yeah, and inside making the tackle was Crossbakken, as he said. Crossbakken there in the middle, and alongside him you have Wiedmeyer. And then on the outside, right end is 56. That's Desenko. And then you've got Keller at the left end.
Haven't seen that counter action to the fullback in a couple of plays here for the Boroughs. We'll see what they do on 3rd and 9. Ball at the 29-yard line in 4-down territory. Olson under center. He will turn, play action, looks to pass over the middle. Throws it deep. He's got Dryberg. Dryberg going for him on the tight end seam. And couldn't get it. Don't know if he lost it there in the lights, but threw his hands incomplete.
And maybe Almer just got a little bit of a piece of that ball, too. He was back there, coming back there, deep coverage.
We'll bring up a 4th down.
By Riley Olson, the quarterback.
See Aaron Cooper come in. He'll be out wide to the right side. Hebel will be lined up, Paulsrud has a fullback or tight end on the right side. Gallagher, right side receiver in the slot. Olson empty set, looks to pass. Pressure comes from the backside, throws it up for Limke. He catches it! For the 2nd time today. How did he do it? That time sees it, comes down, tracks it, and defense a hair early trying to knock it away, and Limke snatches it for the score.
I'll tell you how he did it. The big body, 6'4" frame, had position, got position. He was strong, tough, got great hands, and Riley Olson also That's a part of why he got it, because it was a H of a throw.
And HCV extends the lead, trying to make it an 8-point game now with the extra point attempt here for Parker Gallagher. Olsen will hold. They await the snap to come. It's back down and nearly blocked, but it's up and good.
4 for 4.
4 for 4 point after attempts. 28-20 the score. 1:22 to go. Third quarter. Hillsborough Central Valley leads over Harvey Wells County on yourliveevent.com.
Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
After the Lemke touchdown, Boroughs kick it off to Harvey Wells County. The Hornets field it at the 9-yard line, bringing up the right sideline. And they've have some speed, some explosive back there at the returners. They've had typically good field position in this one again. Brought out here to the 30-yard line to start this drive.
Well, you use the word again. I'm going to use the word again with Mitzel. Mitzel on special teams. He's been involved in a lot of them here tonight. Again, he got the hit there to force him out of bounds. So Mitzel on special teams, and Mitzel also from some running back spot tonight has had contributions in this, and it's been Riley Olsen with a couple of touchdown throws and some great hands and footwork and receiver skills from Lemke.
Receivers each side of the formation for Harvey Wells County. Tight end left side, I formation behind Freeze under center. There's Mertz, the deep back. He'll take this pitch to the left side. Mitzel turns him back inside, and that frees up. There is.
Cole Hebel comes in and finishes up Mertz. Just talking with some fans here on the sideline. Mertz is a good running back, strong running back, kind of deceptive, with his speed and that sort of thing, but just really can kind of tell he's one of those guys that understands the game and just knows and has that angle and just takes what he gets, but he's a tough kid.
Sorry about that. A couple flies or bugs here attracted to the lights in the press box, and I got a little extra protein there. There is now Hornets back to pass, thrown over the middle, caught by Thorson, makes one man miss on a juke, makes a second man miss, still free across the 40, and holds on to the football as Boroughs trying to strip it away down to the 35-yard line, and a big gain and a first down for Harvey Wells County.
Well, Freeze really threw that ball well. It was a great route by Thorson as he came from the right side on that crossing route and came underneath, right in behind the linebackers in front of the safety, and settled in, and Freeze threw it exactly where he needed to, and Thorson then added some yak after it, yards after catch.
Freeze just 2 incompletions.
Yeah, he's
on
good.
14
he's tough.
attempts here today. Done a good job scrambling too. He'll hand it off this time, let Mertz tote the rock, comes forward to the right side. Mitzel jumps on his back, brings him down.
Going to the fourth quarter.
That's right, fourth quarter coming up as the third quarter ends 28-20. Hillsborough Central Valley with the lead over Harvey Wells County on yourliveevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. experts in every field.
Summer is a time for enjoying the outdoors and having fun in the warm weather. American Crystal Sugar reminds you of some tips to keep you safe during the summertime. When working or playing in the hot weather, be sure to stay hydrated. Take extra breaks and drink lots of water. Use sunscreen and apply frequently. Wear light, loose-fitting clothing. Wear sunglasses to protect your eyes. And if possible, wear a wide-brim hat to bring more shade cover. Never leave children or pets alone in vehicles. Summer safety reminders from American Crystal Sugar Company.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
2nd and 9 play blown dead at the start of the snap there. A false start by Harvey Wells County.
The play blown dead.
Marks him back. He'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Harvey Wells County with Cannon Fall, their center. Nick DeSinkle, the left guard. Adam Wiedmeyer, the right guard. Harrison Lees, the left tackle. Jameson Krosbachen, the right tackle. The guys have been there, of course. LaPlante broke his leg late in the game last week against Oaks. Wiedmeyer gets the start here tonight. He's been doing a pretty decent job.
I formation, Freeze under center. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hand off on coming in and breaking him down. Swanson gets free, then the ball just thrown up and incomplete. And
Swanson saying, oh man, I had him in the grasp. I had him down, and nope, they're going to say incomplete. Wow.
Incomplete, and also they're saying that Mertz, who covered a lot of ground just to get in the vicinity of that ball, was in the area, and they're waving no intentional grounding.
That could have really gone one of 3 ways is all I'm saying. And yeah, it was, I tell you what, Freeze though, how about that? I'm not going to take a sack. I'm going to throw this ball downfield, and boy, Swanson, he got great pressure. I just had mentioned to you in the break about Swanson at nose, and boy, we got a chance to talk about him there. He went right around Fall, the center.
He's back at nose again here on 3rd and long, 3rd and 14. Swanson again getting pressure up the middle, loses the footing though. Wilson tracks him down from behind, chasing after him. Throw is off, Freeze gets it away. It is caught by Erickson. Caught by Alex Erickson for the first down. Wow, these guys are making some plays for the Hornets.
And you know what? I was watching Willison chase Freeze, and Willison got there and shoved him from behind to let him know that, hey, I'm coming after you and after you. And Freeze, I love the energy from the quarterbacks like that as soon as he saw Erickson catch that thing, he sprinted down that sideline to get there to thank his receiver and to congratulate him and say, all right, here we go. We still are going. We're only down by 8, 11:42 to go in the game.
Well, Freeze getting that ball away to save the yardage, then extends the play, gets it off. Gives it up to Mertz on the toss to the right side. Carson Mertz looks to get outside, cuts back inside of his block of Erickson, and he'll get it down to the 15, 16-yard line, gain of 4.
Yeah, Krosbachen, the tackle, really put a big block on Mitzel. Mitzel was coming up to fill the lane there, and Krosbachen, really a nice block that allowed those extra 2-3 yards.
11:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Hillsborough Central Valley leading by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Harvey Wells County looking to cut into that. Note that they are just 1 of 3 on 2-point attempts so far in this game. Erickson will be wide to the right side. They'll run the pitch to Thorson on the left side. He cuts back inside of Mitzel, gets inside. Ball is down here past the first down marker. They say it popped out, but he was down first. And a little shove in there. There comes the flag. There comes the flag, and who shoved who, or who'd they catch shoving who is the question.
Yeah, it's more of who got caught because there was some physicality going on.
Yeah. Would they mark him down there at the 7 from what I can see?
Actually, yeah, it's at the 7.
All right, so 8-yard gain would be a first down. If it is after the play with the penalty, we'll see what they say.
I'm going to pick it up here.
Double penalty. No, they're going to say just on
unsportsmanlike against Harvey Wells County.
Yep. So that will mark them back. So give them the first.
And then push it back.
That's right. So I believe we'll be back to the 20.
Actually, outside the 20, it'll be at the 22.
22. All right.
So the 15 yards from that 7 back to the 22, and that's what it'll be first down and 12 from there. They can get a first down right at the 10.
Two receivers to the left side as they send Almaris out wide left. Have Erickson slot left side.
Wide near this side. Keller.
Keaton Keller wide right side. Thorson in the slot to the right side. Running back Mertz to the right side of Freeze in the shotgun set. 10:48 to go as the snap comes back being pressured. Oh, what a clean out block that time. Then he'll throw right side and it's dropped. Dropped that time and defense was coming through and I don't know how the guard or center, whoever that was, picked up that blind side block. Or that weak side block to freeze the time, and then a little behind Thorson, incomplete.
Yeah, and behind Thorson, incomplete, and Parker Gallagher, his eyes were bright-eyed, and it was 7-on-3, and that was a big, big hit right in front of me here at the 15.
Thorson will again be out wide to the right side, matched up on Gallagher.
And he doesn't have as much giddy up in that right hip, I'm telling you, because he was favoring it going back to that huddle.
Split backs behind Freeze under center. Back to pass, looks over the middle. It's knocked away. That time, Cole Hebel breaks up the pass.
Hebel broke it up. Matt Jack Paulsford was also there. Leshek came on a blitz. The Hornets did a nice job of picking up Leshek coming up the middle, but Hebel, he read that all the way.
Third down, 3rd and 22. 3rd and goal from the 22 because of that penalty. That unsportsmanlike that marched them back.
Well, a couple downs here, obviously, if they don't get it on this one for Harvey Wells County.
Freeze in the shotgun set with the running back to his right side. Snap comes back. A bit of a slow snap back to the quarterback.
Pressure
Rush
by
gets
Walsh.
there. Go over the middle. It's caught by Thorson. Makes a man move. Dives for the end zone. He is in for the score. Madden Thorson makes a Madden-type move as he catches it. Quick hit on the juke stick, gets free and into the end zone.
And that was Thorson because Hebel was right there, and Thorson, he came around him and stepped in and made that catch. That was just a fantastic catch and a play made by Thorson. Wow.
22-yard catch, second passing touchdown by Freeze, and now a big moment here. Going for 2, a chance to tie it up.
Well,
10:27 to go.
Yeah, they're 1 of 3 on point after conversions. They got the 2-point, their last touchdown. As you're saying, they're going for 2 here to try to tie this thing up.
Keaton Keller, right side of the formation. At that tight end, I formation. They're going to run the pitch to Mertz. Being stretched out to the outside, coming up, fill the gap. Parker Gallagher comes up, makes the stop, and holds on to the lead for Hillsborough Central Valley.
And Leshek was in there as well. Parker Gallagher lowered the 7. He tied him up, and Leshek came in as well. And the 2 tag team tackle there to make sure that Mertz would not get in. It's a big stop on the point after touchdown try.
10:27 remains, 4th quarter. Boroughs lead by 2. Your Tim Cassette seat sales scoreboard.
You may know that Big Tex Trailers already offers you industry-leading features like mega ramps, HD suspension, and the all-new hydraulic dovetail. Every time you hook on, know that your Big Tex is up for the job. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough to find out what owning a Big Tex can do for you. Shop the full line of Big Tex products from ATV trailers to goosenecks to dump trailers and more. Visit your Big Tex dealer, Bloomfield Enterprises, Hillsborough. Contact him at 701-430-0877.
At the City of Hillsborough, we're here to power the moments of summer. Whether you're spending the afternoon at the pool, taking in extra innings at the ball game, or lighting up the backyard barbecue, the City of Hillsborough works behind the scenes to power all of summer's special moments. We hope you enjoy them all as we continue to provide safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. The City of Hillsborough, we power on.
Harvey Wells County overcomes a penalty that gave them 1st and goal from the 22, and they get a 22-yard catch from Madden Thorson. And it's a 2-point game, 28-26 as the Hornets kick it off. Boroughs will field. Jace Lushik looks to go left hash, hits a hole, cuts back to the right side towards the middle of the field, and he's down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, he's tackled there. It's 41, first guy there, Tim Swang. And also again in the play, he's been all over the field, Isaac Freeze. I don't know if Freeze ever goes off the field.
I was just going to say, I don't think he's taken a break yet. Offense, defense, special teams, he is everywhere.
Yeah, he's trying to stretch out a little bit here. You can kind of see him grimacing here as he bends over. And just, this is a physical football game. Cooper's in here as the wide receiver to that far side of the field.
Hornets roll up a guy, go with a 50 front here. Basically a 53, cover 0, and Boroughs movement. And that will mark him back here on the false start penalty. Another 5 yards. Oh,
yeah, there was some miscommunication there. Looked like just, I don't know what exactly happened there. If the snap didn't come right away, some other guys thought it was going to go on 2, and some thought it was going to go on 3.
Cole Hebel
at the end of the day, it's 5-yard penalty.
Hebel will come back in at fullback. He's behind Olsen. Have Lushik behind Hebel as the tailback. Gallagher left side of the formation. Limke right side. 10:22 to go in this fourth quarter. Boroughs will give on the cross action. Give it to Lushik, trying to get outside. Stiff arms his way free of one tackler, but can't get away from the second guy to clean it up there. He'll pick up 3.
Yep, gets out to that 33, 34-yard line right in between. Just over 10 minutes to go in this ball game tonight. 28-26. Paulsrud out, Dryburg in. Harvey Wells County staying with their base defense. 43 defense. One of the linebackers is Cale Sieg. Sieg, just a freshman. There's some young players on this Harvey Wells County team that are really major contributors.
Riley Olsen under center, I formation. Runs the option, keeps it himself, tucks it back in behind the fullback Hebel, and runs forward. Mertz trying to rip that ball out. Olsen showing some strength to hold on to it.
Yeah,
gain of 2 yards.
They're pulling at the ankles and the hip and the belly and the arms and the football, and everybody's reaching in trying to make a play. Nick Dosenko, one of the leaders for the Hornets, in on that tackle.
Hillsborough Central Valley, big third down here as they want to run some time. Longest drive they've had today was just under 4 minutes. That was the one that started in the first quarter, ended with the first play of the second quarter.
Well, time of possession should really favor the Hornets here, doesn't it, tonight?
It was 2-1 at halftime, and it's stuck very similar, if not even greater disparity in this third and so far into the fourth quarter. Here is Olsen will have the flags come out again. Blowing the play dead, and again a false start movement here. That's the 5th penalty of this second half for Hillsborough Central Valley. All procedural penalties. There, so moving back, going to bring now a 3rd and long 13, call it 3rd and 14.
Jane Flamink goes out for Harvey Wells County now as they will substitute in Cannon Fall. Fall going to play some defensive tackle here.
Gannon Limke, top of your screen, made a couple big plays in the pass game tonight. Let's see if they look to go back to him again. There's the 4 defensive backs now. They hand off instead to Hebel. He busts through the line of scrimmage, gets past the first down marker, across the 50, and down to the other 48-yard line on 3rd and 14. Cole Hebel delivers a first down run.
Yeah, Hebel sure does. He's over 100 yards tonight, if memory serves me correct, and he's really run hard. Cole Hebel, plus he's been, blocking. He's been making plays on the defensive side. Cole Hebel is having a big night here for the Boroughs. He'll get a break here on this play.
That 21-yard run.
And he's met by his coaches, and they're applauding the work of 24.
Puts Hebel at 104 for the game here today. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Empty backfield for Olsen in the shotgun set. 5 defensive linemen down for Harvey Wells County. Boroughs will take this high snap, run an option. It's a run-pass option, throws it off and incomplete, looking to get Gallagher on the quick RPO option.
Keller was coming there at Olsen. He had to get rid of it really quick.
7:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Hillsborough Central Valley leading by 2, 28-26.
Peebles coming back in at fullback now for Hillsborough Central Valley.
Also see Jace Lushik come back in from the sideline as well, as he's the one to bring in the play.
Baszler at left tackle, Martinez at left guard, Fondrick at center, Willison, and Johnson on the other side up front.
You got Jack Palzer at tight end on the left side. Receivers each way, I formation, run the option. Olsen keeps himself up through the middle and across the 40 down to the 39, a 9-yard gain. We'll set up now a 3rd and short.
Good keep by Olsen.
Up the middle.
As you say, brings up that 3rd and short. You start working the clock here as well now. Field position.
Boroughs now with 3 ball carriers over 80 yards in the game. Mitzel with 80, Olsen with 89, Hebel at 109.
This is their best ground game of the season so far.
Especially the balanced
statistically,
attack.
yeah, absolutely.
With 7:20 to go in the 4th quarter. Hand off. Lushik, he'll take it. He'll bust through. He's trying to get up to that 80-yard mark as he rumbles his way down for the first down.
Yeah, Johnson, nice block over there. Willison. Big, quick hitter up front, pushing some guys here again, that offensive line.
Dryberg gets a break. Palzard comes in at a tight end. We're cycling in with the play call for Hillsborough Central Valley.
You know what I think, Big Jake, is both of these teams, I think, feeling pretty good about the offensive side, maybe hitting their strides here a little bit now that it's week 3. Some timing, some things starting to come together.
It's good when it clicks. 1st and 10. Olsen under center. Looked like he might have been calling out some changes at the line of scrimmage. He'll run the option. Keeps it himself. Might have been a little miscommunication between him and Hebel on who was going to take it. But Olsen holds on to it, and he'll pick up 4 yards.
Riley Olsen.
Yeah, it was really tucked in tight with Hebel, and Olsen was able to pull it back out.
Handing off, but kept it himself.
2nd down and 6, 28-26 our score, as you see here tonight with yourliveevent.com from Randy Vegan Field. Burke on the sideline, Big Jake in the booth, executive producer Mark Forseth here tonight. Thank you for being with us and appreciate you watching. Thanks to the sponsors who will allow us to provide this service to you that you just get to watch for free.
2nd and 6 for Hillsborough Central Valley. High formation, Olsen turns, gives, second man through, Lushik gets through an ankle tackle, then stiff arms the defender, runs
That's
through.
a hard run.
Runs through DeSanko that time. Holds on and slows him up, brings him down, but 5 yards, going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Segan Almer is finally able to bring him down. It's a hard run again. Well, it's, 2 minutes have gone off to go those 10, 12 yards or so.
Yeah, here is
Limke's wide to the far side of the field.
About 5 minutes have gone off the clock here. Here's Olsen under center. We'll have the I formation. Pitch play to Lushik. Pulls it down, looks to get outside of the corner, stays in bounds. As he's tackled, helmet came up right where he was holding the ball, holds on to it, picks up the 1st down.
You know, Limke, we've talked about the couple of fantastic touchdown catches he's had tonight. Been watching him, though. He's been physical here on the edge as the receiver. He's been getting up in front of people and making some contact and allowing those running backs to get to the edge and get an extra yard or two, and that's enough for another 1st down.
Hillsborough Central Valley driving again, 10:27 at the start of this drive, so about 5.5 minutes have run off. They hold a 2-point lead, 28-26. Olsen to the line of scrimmage under center. Snap comes off, 4:33 left on the clock. Penetration in the backfield, trips up.
Wiedmeyer really got in there quick, and he won the battle that time. That was a good play by Wiedmeyer, number 72 for the Hornets.
Lushik gets brought down for a loss. Not a lot of tackles for loss by either defense here today, but one that time, and we'll get some substitutions here. Looks like Johnson comes back in on that offensive line, too, at that left tackle spot, rotating guys in and out.
It'll be under 4 minutes to go, and the Boroughs get up to the line of scrimmage.
No, I take that back. Johnson back in at right tackle. Hillsborough Central Valley. Under center, Riley Olsen. 2nd and 11. Tight formation, they hand off to Jace Lushik, runs through, keeps the feet moving, backpedaling to go forward. And
There was nothing there, Jake, to that right side, and he bounced and he spun, he twisted, and he sliced and diced and knifed his way through to get 6 yards. He got 6. The Hornets will be forced to take a timeout with 3:36 to go in the game.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the agronomy centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Third down and a long 4 for Hillsborough Central Valley. Gannon Limke out wide to the left by himself. No safety over the top, one-on-one with Alex Erickson. Olsen under center. He'll give to Jace Lushik. He goes right side, and he will slip his way in. We'll see if the Hornets want to use their second timeout right away.
Almer is again on the tackle, just short of a first down, and bring up 4th and 1. 3:18, clock running. Ball is sitting here on the north end zone area at the 8-yard line. A first down would be available and made at the 7. A 2-point lead. A region game tonight. First region game for both of these teams. It's week 3, and this has been a good one.
Jake Swanson comes in as the second. He comes in at a guard, and they move Johnson, Aaron Johnson, as a fullback. That power set that they ran earlier, they hand off inside on 4th and 1, and he is stuffed. They do not get it. They go with Hebel, and he stopped short.
Big hit, collision. Was that Wiedmeyer again, 72?
Oh, we're waiting for the officials to measure it. They're going to talk it out.
It's short. He's at the line of scrimmage is where he's at. It's short.
And that will be we're expecting a turnover on downs here with 2:41 to go here in this fourth quarter.
Well, that was a big defensive stand by the Hornets.
7 minutes, 46 seconds took off the clock.
Well, Big Jake, we talked about this. Let's rewind. Pre-game show. Coach Doctor talking about their offense against this Borough defense. And Coach Olsen talking about their defense would need to make plays against this Hornet offense. That's what it's come down to. But a great game tonight. Fantastic. All these young athletes putting on a show. This has been enjoyable, and it's 28-26, 2:41 to go.
92 yards, 2 timeouts for Harvey Wells County.
If this were NASCAR, boogity. Here we go.
3 receivers right, 1 left of the formation. Freeze under center, 1 back behind him. We'll take the snap back. He rolls out to the right side, being pressured and caught at the 10-yard line, picking up 2 to Alex Erickson.
It's actually Keaton Keller, number 10, who makes the catch. He's brought down by Leshik. He's brought down at the 11, so a short gain on the play.
They'll no huddle, get up to the line, call it there, check out the wristband. That's what they're going to play. Flip the formation. Keller goes to the left side. Now some confusion. Got to send Almaris back over to the right side. He'll be the lone receiver. Back to pass. Freeze. Looks to roll it. Nearly brought down. He's being pressured now. He'll throw down the middle of the field. Overthrows it, and it is off the hands of Limke going for the interception. Keaton Keller, the intended receiver.
Flag in the middle of the field here, Jake, at the 10. Freeze scrambling. Leshik had a shot at him back in the backfield. He was chased here to the near sideline. Illegal man downfield. The call against Harvey, Wells County.
That will move him back.
Hattlestead with a ton of pressure from the left defensive end. Bachnes, they've moved Bachnes to the nose guard here now, this last series or two, and Willison at the right defensive end. What a luxury, Big Jake, when you can have the depth at defensive line and you can have guys that are able to move around and play multiple positions and stay fresh. Now, we talk about that. Hattlestead comes out, Walsh comes in at left D end.
Receiver wide left, top of the screen, 2 to the right side on the bottom of the screen.
Penalty was declined. It's 3rd and 7.
Offset backs in the backfield behind Freeze under center. 2:01 to go, 4th quarter. He'll roll it to the left side. Freeze being pressured by Wilson, throwing deep, just looking to chuck it up, and it is knocked away by Cotton, but a flag comes out.
A penalty flag comes out. Was that pushing by who? They're going to say it's against Alex Cotton by watching the sideline of Harvey Wells County. Alex Cotton, who had 5 pass breakups last week, had a play there, made the play, knocked it down. There was contact. And now what's...
remember in high school, not a spot fall. It is not
absolutely.
A spot fall, so it's not going to the 45-yard line.
No.
It's still going to be 3rd down. Should be like 3rd and 2, I believe. Here's they move it forward.
It'll be 10 yards.
Or 10 yards. So it will be a 1st down.
Well, it's going to be out to the 26. So it's a 15-yard. 15-yard penalty to the 26. 1:53 to go.
Here, so the 1st down keeps the drive going for Harvey Wells County. In the shotgun, Freeze with 1:53 to go in the 4th quarter. Back to pass. Seeing pressure come, contain here. He's going to get to the right side, up against the sideline. He throws it up, and it is overthrowing Thorson. And that was just a flick of the wrist as he got that down, being brought down. Hebel, Walsh, both in the area.
Walsh is right by my feet here. He was able to get a lick on Freeze right on the inbound side of the sideline.
If I can use some hyperbole, Mahomes-esque in the way he's able to scramble around, escape pressure, and just seemingly chuck the field down, the arm strength there for Freeze.
If you can use some what? Is that one of those pieces of equipment that you're dehydrating vegetables or what? What is that word you just used?
Hyperbole? Now I can't even say it.
You're so darn healthy.
Yeah. 1:40 to go, 2nd and 10. Split backs in the shotgun set, 2 receivers left side on the wide side. Freeze will roll that way. He'll stop, looking to throw across the body. Now he'll tuck it back down. Now he'll chuck it deep. He's hit as he throws, and it's picked off by the Boroughs. Picked off in a convoy for Lushik up the right sideline. He's got to squirt through. He can't get all the way in, but the pick for Jace Lushik gives the ball back to Hillsborough Central Valley.
Well, that would be interception number 5 on the season for this defense. Leshik will get the INT, but I'm telling you, I'm talking to 24 Cole Hebel later tonight because 24 came on the blitz. He got knocked down. He got back up. He sprinted. He ran. He got a lick on Freeze, the quarterback, to kind of just make that pass not go exactly where Freeze wanted it to. And that is kids playing to the end and letting the guts all hang out.
Not totally home free. Still a couple timeouts for Harvey Wells County. So the Boroughs got to do some things. Now they're
timeout here on the field.
Taking a time. Did they say a timeout?
No, it's just getting everybody.
Officials timeout.
Yeah,
there we go.
Officials timeout to get everything set and reset. The ball's at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, Gavin Mitzel come in.
Hornets do have 2 timeouts remaining.
And 1:24 on the clock. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line for Hillsborough Central Valley after the interception. Power set here with Johnson Swenson in the fullback spot. Along with Hebel. That inverted wishbone. Give it to Mitzel. Mitzel jumps over the line of scrimmage and will power forward. Down here.
Yeah, he's inside the 10. He's down to the 6. You're exactly right. Mitzel quietly has had a big night too, has he not?
88 yards here as a timeout has been called. 1:17 to go in quarter number 4. Hillsborough Central Valley leads Harvey Wells County on YourLiveEvent.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but can also help with any auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Minute 17 to go in the fourth quarter of a 2-point game. 28-26 our score. Hillsborough Central Valley on top. After an interception, they have the football, 2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line. We'll see here if Harvey Wells County says, hey, we'll let you come in. We're going to stop you on the point after attempt, and then we're going to try and score here if they can to tie things up. Power set, 2 fullbacks and a deep back for Riley Olson under center. Turns, gives it to Mitzel, and he's stopped back at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 as he falls forward.
Yeah, Almer is again on the tackle. The Hornets will use their final timeout here now with 1:09 to go. It's 3rd and short 1 coming up.
When we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
Work has begun to replace Line 3 near your community, and keeping everyone safe is our top priority. Please be extra careful when driving near construction activity. Be aware of trucks and heavy equipment, and please don't enter the work areas, because we all want everyone home safe. For more information, visit enbridge.com/line3us.
3rd and 1 for Hillsborough Central Valley. Ball at the 5-yard line, leading by 2, 1:09 to go in this fourth quarter. First down, and they can kneel it out.
They only need a half yard for a first down.
Olson will be under center. Hebel and Swenson, the fullbacks. Mitzel, the deep back. It will keep it himself and rumble forward, and that will be the first down.
Yeah, and he got a push from the guys behind him. The big fellas that came into the backfield behind Riley Olson, they helped push him forward, and they moved it all the way in between the 2 and the 1. So we'll say at the 1.5-yard line, it's 1st and goal, clock running, down to 50 seconds. Hillsborough Central Valley leading by 2.
And I'd imagine here they'll let the clock run for a few seconds, then just take a knee and go to that victory formation.
Yeah, they break the huddle here.
They will break it here, under 40 to go. So Olson just got to field the snap, cleanly put the knee to the turf. And he does, and that will let the clock run out. Hornets out of timeouts. Fantastic game here today. Hillsborough Central Valley comes out with the 28-26 final score victory. They move to 2-1. Harvey Wells County drops to 2-1 here after week number 3. Stay tuned. Our post-game report coming up on YourLiveEvent.com.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source from sunup to sundown. They're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance. Protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsborough.
Full Service Foods in Hillsborough provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsborough and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at FullServiceFoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsborough, proud to support this community event.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halsted Living Center, or find more information at halstedlivingcenter.com.
Post-game report on yourliveevent.com after the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs victory over the Harvey Wells County Hornets 28-26. Our final score, Boroughs hold on for the 2-point victory. And a heck of a football game we saw. Great game, great plays being made. A fantastic one to watch here, as it was Harvey Wells County striking first with the first score of the game. Took the opening drive down over 6 minutes off the clock, won 66 yards on a Carson Mertz 2-yard touchdown run and led 6-0. Could not get the 2-point conversion on that, and that was a theme in this one that took into account in the final margin. Whereas the Boroughs would tied up, take the lead on a Chase Lushik 1-yard touchdown run. Parker Gallagher point after attempt kick was good, 7-6. They'd make it 14-6 when Gann Limke got a 20-yard pass from Riley Olson. First play of the second quarter, PAT was good, 14-6, that score. Would go into half, would be a 2-point game. With just under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, Isaac Freeze with a 1-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was no good, 14-12. That's where we'd go into halftime. In the third quarter, there it would be Hillsborough Central Valley getting another Lushik run, this one from 2 yards out. Again, a Gallagher point after attempt kick good, 21-12. Quickly cut down to 21-20 when it was Keaton Keller with a 3-yard touchdown catch. The 2-point conversion run was good, and a 1-point game at 21-20. Hillsborough Central Valley then looking to extend the lead back out, and they get Gann Limke again on fourth down. A 29-yard touchdown catch from Riley Olson. Throw it to the back shoulder. He makes the catch, and that's good for the score. The extra point was good, 28-20. And that's what they needed when it was Harvey Wells County scoring on their own pass play through the air. There's Madden Thorson, 22-yard catch for a touchdown. 2-point conversion run, no good, 28-26. And that's where the final would be. After the Boroughs drove down, turned it over on downs, it would then be quarterback Freeze was hit as he threw, and the interception by the Borough defense gave him the ball back. They picked up the yardage and first down they needed to run the clock out, and they get to do everyone's favorite play, and that's kneel down in the victory formation to win the game. Final score, 28-26. Let's go right down to the field. Jim Berkmeyer standing by with some of our players of the game.
Well, I'm going to start with Gannon Limke. A couple of touchdown receptions tonight. Great passes from your quarterback, and fantastic footwork on the first one down in that corner. And down there, you used your big body and shielded that defender off. Talk about those respective touchdown receptions tonight.
Yeah, it felt good finally getting on the touchdown column. Me and Riley have been building chemistry all year, and I think it's starting to get good. It's starting to come something special.
Talk a little bit about your routes and how they were defending on you on those catches.
Most teams, they protect the fade. They know I'm a big receiver, so they come back and stay back there and protect the fade the whole time. So, yeah.
Talk a little bit about the game itself. It was a physical game, and both teams really went at each other. Both offenses were starting to find their strides, weren't they?
They were. That's a big game for us. Part of the regionship. We said that in practice, and just happy to come away with the W.
I want to ask you too about one thing. I thought tonight you showed an improvement of another skill that's starting to develop for you, and that's blocking on the edge. You were starting to get your body and get some hits on some guys.
Yeah, lately coach has been getting after me. They said I haven't been blocking my best, so today I tried to prove that I can be a blocker and receiver today.
Very good. Gannon, thanks so much. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win. Let's bring in Riley Olson here. Riley, congrats on the win. A great team effort, a lot of plays, a lot of players making plays. You're among those guys tonight. Talk about the 2 throws to Gannon that he made some great catches on as well.
Gannon's an amazing receiver. Lucky to have him on my team. Had a couple opportunities where I could have thrown it to the other side, but I trust Gannon making those plays, and he made them.
How about the option tonight? I commented about how far you've come as a quarterback running the option from game 1 to now this game 3. A great execution on a couple of option plays.
Yeah, we knew that if we pulled it, then we were going to have open field because there wasn't anyone out there, and it worked great, and we just kept going to it because we trusted it and knew it, and yeah.
Harvey Wells County, good football team. They threw a lot at you guys when they're on defense and you're trying to lead the offense. Just talk about the play by the linemen. For the most part, was pretty good effort again tonight.
Well, yeah, we knew that their quarterback and 2 receivers and running back and tight end were going to be pretty good and make plays, and our D-line just improved so much over the season, and we knew that they're going to need to have a big game for us to win, and that's what they did.
Talk about just confidence level. How does a game like this help you and your teammates here tonight?
So much. We knew that if we'd win this game, it would most likely be the region championship because they're a good team and they're probably one of the topper teams in this region. And yeah, we just played hard, and O-line did an amazing job, more than we asked for them, and they got it done, so we got the win.
Riley, thanks. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Riley Olson. Let's bring in Cole. He will. I had said during the broadcast I was going to talk to 2-4 tonight because you were all over the field. H of a job, and you know what H stands for when I talk about it. But I want to talk about a number of times, plays, different sides of the ball. Offensively, you got the rock and you ran hard, and credit the guys up front for giving you some openings.
Oh yeah, I feel like last year I'm reading the O-line's blocks a ton better. So I'm just trying to get the ball and run hard and read the blocks, and they did a spectacular job tonight.
Okay, so offensively then, you guys moved the ball, did a number of things well. How about defensively? Talk about the play there.
Their skill positions are really good, so we knew that we had to lock them down, but they were moving the ball really well. I mean, it took them time, I guess. They didn't really have too many big plays, so that helped us, but we definitely have to get more stops.
Yeah, they got some tough kids. That's a good football team.
Yeah, we got those 3rd downs, 4th downs are really killing us right now. We just got to finish that.
Talk about finish. You're down the stretch. Lesha gets the interception. But you, 24 Cole Hebel, you're coming to look like on a blitz. You got knocked down. You're on the front side of your jersey. You get back up. You chase. You run after a great quarterback, and you got pressure on him. That was a big play.
Yeah, I got a hand on the ball there. I think that really helped. I got knocked down, but I sprung back up and just chased him and dove for the ball and tipped it, put a finger on it.
There's always room for improvement, and we're not going to nitpick because there were a lot of good things, but some confidence tonight. Was that also gained out of this one?
Yeah, we got a ton of mental errors still, so I know we can improve a ton just on mental errors, and we'll keep working on that every week, keep getting better on those.
Cool, thanks so much. Congrats, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Cole Hebel. Let's bring in Mr. Bachnes here for the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs tonight. You get the win, Cameron Bachnes, and you were expending a lot of energy, and you were out there working your tail off. Congrats. Talk about the performance tonight.
They were a great team. I tried to do my best on the line, and they got a great quarterback, very fast receivers, and a great fullback.
Yeah, how much pressure does it put on you guys as D linemen, whoever is out there, because their quarterback can make a lot of things happen?
Yeah, that quarterback is very good. It puts a lot of pressure on us because, we got to work harder to get to him. Not to mention that fullback's always got his back. It's hard to get to him with him around.
How about the ability yourself and others along the D-line to rotate, to stay fresh, but also to rotate positions to give yourselves maybe some different matchups? And it looked like you were creating some havoc there when you moved back to the inside from time to time.
I try to keep it moving. We try to keep it rolling so that way we keep that offense tired. Try to get through there as easily as we can and try to push them back as far as we can. Try to stop that pass and run game.
How good does it feel from a confidence level, in a tight ball game to come up with enough plays as an entire team and to get this one?
It feels great for us. This was a big game for us. There's not much to say about that, but we killed it today, and I'm happy with the guys, but still some stuff to improve on. We're going to get into film and try to get better.
All right, keep working hard and keep up the good work. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good one. Hey, thank you so much. Cameron Bachnes joining us here tonight as Hillsborough Central Valley gets the victory 28-26 over Harvey Wells County. As we're continuing with our post-game show tonight, yourliveevent.com, and joining us here on the field will be the head coach for the Boroughs. Hillsborough Central Valley head coach Scott Olson joins us. Scott, congrats on the win. This is a big one. It's a good football team that you guys played tonight, and you're able to get this 2-point victory.
Yeah, it was. We made the last play. It was about what both teams were going back and forth, making big plays, and we were able to make the last one with that pick, and then a couple first downs there. But credit to Harvey. They're tough. We knew that going into it, but we showed our toughness too. I think a little bit tonight.
Let's break it down. Let's go back to the start as we rewind this with you. They win the toss. They take the ball. They executed very well to go down and get the first score.
Yeah, they had. I think we had 3 possessions that first half. They controlled the clock, and we couldn't get stops. And we got to find ways to get stops. And we did a better job in the second half. We controlled the clock in the second half on our side. I think our offense controlled the clock a little better. We had some good yardage. Riley thought they ran the option pretty well tonight. One bad turnover, but. That's part of the game. We've got to respond to it. But in the end, our kids battled, and like I said, made one more play than they did at the end.
When I talked with Riley, I talked about the option just to the eye of the broadcaster, how far he's come. I called it telegraphing in the first game to now really running it well, but also throwing some really nice balls in the air and allowing his receivers, which there's some good receivers to go get it.
Yeah, and there was good receivers on this whole field tonight. Geez, 3 is good, 11's good, 10's good. But Riley made a good throw. Gannon made a great catch in the corner for the first one. And then Riley just gave Gannon a jump ball on that side. And that's what we need G to do. He's a jump ball guy, and be long and be tall and come down with those.
3 running backs, all right around 80-plus yards, maybe a couple over 100 tonight with Leshik and Mitzel and Hebel. That's you're got to be pleased and encouraged about that, aren't you?
Yeah, that's Borough football. That's option football. If you're running it well like that, I'm sure Riley was close to that too. I mean, sure, our running game was, but then they had penalties that killed us, and sometimes we got to fix that stuff. And but overall, I like the win and against a very good Harvey team.
Defensively, do you see continued improvement there?
I don't think so. I hope so. We'll see it on film. Maybe it's better, but I didn't like it during the game, so I'm sure I'm right. And we just got to be better at making plays when it's our turn. And if we don't continue to do that, we're not going to reach our goals in the end. Yeah, we won this game, but we can be better. We will be better.
Is among the things to fix just tackling?
Yeah, I think it's just getting our feet right. I think we're diving and lunging and like kind of like it was last week. So hopefully we'll see it on film and we'll try to fix it.
Other things you take out of this game that you can build upon? There must be a few other things.
Yeah, I hope we're healthy for one. I hope we come out of it healthy and like I said, the toughness part of it. I knew that they would challenge our toughness, and this is probably one of the bigger games for them that they've had in a few years, and we had to match that. And I thought after that first initial touchdown they did, we answered it back, and I thought, okay, now we're rolling here. Let's stay in this game.
Next week, I believe it's homecoming week and all of the festivities, but there's a football game on Friday night, Northern Cass. How about the Jags?
Yeah, Jags, not a very big team in terms of numbers, but they got athletic kids, and so we'll see them on film. But there's always the distraction of homecoming week. But we'll persevere. 22 seniors should be able to handle that pretty good and pretty well, and we'll persevere. And the only person that gets really mad is Coach O. So I'll be fine.
All right, Coach O, good that you're going to be fine. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for your time, the conversation. As always, I appreciate it. Congrats on the win and good luck to you.
Sounds good. Go Tigers.
There you go. All right. The Tiger fans are viewing in tonight and listening as well. And want to thank everybody here. Hey, Boroughs get the victory tonight. Can run this football game. 2 very good football teams out here. Open up the region schedule. It's going to be a fun season here of watching Friday night football across this region.
Sure will. Thanks, Jim, there for that down on the field. Appreciate the report there. As we go along with our post-game report here, and we talk our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. And the connection here we're going to talk about in this one was the 4th down touchdown from Riley Olson to Gannon Limke, a 29-yard touchdown catch on 4th down. able to get that in the point after attempt, which ended up being the deciding points in the contest. Halstead Telephone Company with the post-game connection. Riley Wilson to Gannon Limke for 29 yards for the touchdown. Discover local reliability you can trust with Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. Go online, halsteadtel.com. We'll take a break, come back, wrap up, continue on with our post-game report after the Hillsborough Central Valley Borough victory over Harvey Wells County, 28-26, your final score on yourliveevent.com.
For all your flooring needs, look no further than Carlson Customs Incorporated. From tile, Cortex, and laminate flooring, waterproof floors, shower tiles, and carpet, you are sure to find what you need to update or create the perfect feel in your home or business. Locally owned and operated, Carlson Customs Incorporated. Call Todd at 218-531-0176.
Hillsborough and Central Valley Schools welcome all students and staff back to begin another successful and safe school year. Parents, don't forget that you can help your students get back into the swing of things by helping them get an established, good sleeping schedule for a full night's rest and an attentive day at school. Everyone should remember school bus safety and follow signs and posting around buses, bus stops, and the school. Welcome to another year at Hillsborough and Central Valley Schools.
Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs pick up the win, go to 2-1 over Harvey Wells County, who fall to 2-1. Boroughs 1-0. Harvey Wells County Hornets 0-1 in region play. This is their first region matchup of the year for both teams here today with the 28-26 win for Hillsborough Central Valley. So we continue on with our post-game report. We look at our RDK Enterprises precision in the game today, and scoring touchdowns is really nice. Scoring points after touchdowns can help you win some games, and that's kind of what we saw here tonight with the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs holding on to the 28-26 win. 4 for 4 on point after attempts for Parker Gallagher. Their precision with the special teams for Hillsborough Central Valley, and that helps them come out with the win today. Visit RDK Enterprises at their locations in Hillsborough and Drayton to learn about available rebates and financing when you're thinking about upgrading your planter. RDK Enterprises online, planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com. With our precision player in the game. Hillsborough Central Valley will be at home next week, homecoming, as they host the Northern Cass Jaguars. Harvey Wells County, they go back home. They'll take on the Thompson Tommies. Jaguars and Tommies playing tonight. Don't have as of right now, a final or update on that score. Been trying to look for one, can't find one. Let's go along to our Enbridge Energy player of the game here today and bring in some energy. Going with a couple guys on the line for Hillsborough Central Valley. Defensively with Cameron Bachnes coming off the edge. Really called his name a lot, being disruptive along that defensive front. And then also offensively coming in and helping to bring some energy as the Borough running game got going, especially in the second half when they controlled the clock a little bit more because they were able to have those long drives. Easton Baszler coming in on that left tackle spot for some good reps there at left tackle. Those guys brought the energy, just like Enbridge Energy brings the energy. You can learn more about the Line 3 replacement project. Go online, visit enbridge.com/line3.us. As we about to wrap up our coverage here, let's go to our final stats. Final stats beginning with the Harvey Wells County Hornets. Rushing its stats, it was Gabe Almaris with 3 carries for 4 yards. Carson Mertz had 16 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Isaac Freeze with 11 carries, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Alex Erickson, 1 carry for -5 yards. Madden Thorson with 2 carries for 12 yards. 1 team rush for -6 yards. Total of 105 yards rushing for the Hornets. Through the air, Isaac Freeze was 15 of 21 passing for 181 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. completed 1 pass of 19 yards to Alex Erickson. 6 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown for Madden Thorson. 7 catches, 63 yards, and a touchdown for Keaton Keller, and 1 catch for 6 yards for Carson Mertz. 181 yards total passing, 105 on the ground, 286 yards total offense. They had 1 turnover, 18 first downs in the game, 7 penalties totaling 70 yards, had time of possession 25 minutes and 51 seconds in the game. So the Hornets drop to 2-1. Again, they are at home next week versus the Thompson Tommies. For the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs, Jace Lushik with 13 carries, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cole Hebel, 7 carries for 104 yards. Riley Olson, 11 carries for 97 yards. And Gavin Mitzel, 10 carries for 89 yards. All 4 backs or ball carries for the Boroughs, at least 75 yards rushing. For the Boroughs, put up a total of 367 yards of rushing offense here today for Hillsborough Central Valley. Through the air, Riley Olson was 4 of 7 for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. 1 catch, 5 yards for Peter Dryberg. 1 catch, 7 yards for Parker Gallagher. 2 catches, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns for Gannon Limke. 367 on the ground, 61 through the air, 428 yards of total offense for Hillsborough Central Valley. 1 turnover, 17 first downs, 7 total penalties, collectively for 50 yards. Time of possession, 22 minutes and 9 seconds. Also for the Boroughs, Parker Gallagher, 4 for 4 on point after attempts. Jace Lushik had an interception. Barrett Wilson with his first sack of the year for the Boroughs defensively. Final score, 28-26. Hillsborough Central Valley with the win over Harvey Wells County. Boroughs and Hornets both sit at 2-1. Both are at home next week for week number 4. Thanks again for joining us here on YourLiveEvent.com. Thanks as well to all the sponsors that you've seen throughout our coverage this evening. We ask whenever possible, please patronize those businesses. At the very least, tell them thank you. They're the ones that make it possible for us to be here with our coverage. Thanks to Mark Forseth, executive producer here tonight, as well as my broadcast partner, Jim Berkmeyer, down on the sideline. I'm Jake Berkmeyer. Thanks for watching, everyone, tonight. Hillsborough Central Valley with the 28-26 win over Harvey Wells County, as you saw it on YourLiveEvent.com.